A quick video on this 2017 Volkswagen Jetta. Collision story here. A little delayed reaction damage. So it wasn't a small collision. And if you look down here, the bumper cover was damaged, but it was also damaged right here where this was smashed in just a little bit several months ago. Problem is, it went to a body shop and had a certain amount of repair done on the bumper, but they never really paid attention to this part, and they never looked no further than this because it appeared to only be on the bumper skin. But what they didn't see was back here. Let's see if I can get you. You see this oil on this line? I already swiped some off right there. You see that? This is old oil, and it travels from really thick right up here, and a lot of dust has accumulated on it. And with the air travel and everything like that, and the wicking action of the oil kept going on back and traveling up back there. There's no other source of fluids or oil back here. There's no transmission fluid. There's no other there's nothing back there that has an oil in it. Now, coming back here, looking real careful right at this little bracket right here. I don't think it will focus or catch that, but let's see. Can I get it to focus? Unfortunately, it looks like, oh, there you go. You see that shiny spot from where that oil is? As this car is driving down the road, this line and or the frame and this little metal bracket is vibrating, and it's touching the bottom of that line. And it put a micro tiny little bitty hole in there. It didn't squirt out all the refrigerant right away. It slowly, and this is the lowest line, this is the liquid line, and it's at the lowest part of the system. And this is where all your oil is at the lowest in the liquid. So as it was slowly losing refrigerant, it was losing a high percentage of oil to refrigerant ratio, because this is at the lowest point at a liquid line. So kept using the AC. He had his bumper repair, and then shortly after, his air conditioning stopped working. And this was the one from the other day that I showed a quick little video about the snap away compressor. Didn't have time to give you the full story, but now they're putting it through the claim to the insurance company, to the body shop, because they had the work done at the body shop. They missed that, and now because of this, now they're going to replace a condenser. They're going to replace we're going to replace a compressor, replace a condenser, replace an expansion valve that is it buried down there? I think, hopefully. Yes, you can get to the expansion valve down here. You don't have to remove the dash. Flush out the lines with refrigerant flush. Flush out the evaporator, remove all the oil. If they get an OEM compressor, hopefully it's one that comes with the full system charge of oil. If not, have to go through the oil balance procedures and put in the correct type in the correct quantity, not that universal crap that is sold by part stores and say, oh yeah, universal. Remember, universal oil, huh? Let's talk about universal oil. It's just, I'm going to get off on a tangent here right now. One viscosity weight, usually minimum to no additive packages, because they don't want the additive packages are sometimes incompatible with some of the seals or some of the components from other manufacturers, compressors or valves or something like that. So to be safe, if you leave them out, then you don't have to worry about causing some damage somewhere. But you might not have the wear additives that are needed, or like PEG oil, double end cap PEG oil from Denso. Very highly anti-corrosive, antioxidant additive packages and wear packages. If your vehicle originally had PVE oil, a very high performance synthetic oil many manufacturers don't use, and guys just throw some universal or anything on top of it. There's a very specific reason you would use PVE oil. You can get away with a lot of overdriving and whining and heat on a little undersized compressor if you use PVE oil. It's used in heavy commercial stuff. In extreme applications where they don't want their systems to fail, they use PVE oil. So they lost it. They'll have all that. So he's looking at close to a $2,500 bill here. Maybe up, maybe down, but somewhere around that grain. Just because this little bit of damage was missed, it rubbed and caused oil loss. 2017 vehicle. That's it on this. Keep it as short as possible. Oh, universal oils. Why isn't there a universal transmission fluid as an oil that can go in all the transmissions? A universal gearbox oil, a universal transax oil, a universal rear end differential oil with that universal engine oil. Then what on hell God's name does some marketing and sales, let's say snake oil providers, think that on the AC market you're going to throw out this universal oil? Why? Because they know you're not educated enough to actually link any kind of performance degradation or short term of a lower life expectancy of a compressor due to their universal oil. Because you can put salad oil in an engine and it will turn on and it will go and it will drive down the road. It may not last as long, but it will work. You can get straight up baby oil, mineral oil, and put it in a rear end differential, and your car will go to around. But do you think you're going to get that 100,000, 200,000, or 300,000 miles out of that differential or engine oil? No. So where in the hell do they get off selling universal refrigerant oil? That's the end of that rant. Thank you very much. Catch you guys on the next video.